What's up, y'all? This is the Male Rights Activist Podcast, episode 8. First of all, I want to thank y'all for listening. I really appreciate you taking the time to hang with the fellas. Let's love. We've got a great show for you today. Great show, and it gets better right up to the very end. We touch on Kanye going off on Nick Cannon. Are you a fan of social media romance? You'll hear how Kamal and I feel about that. On the case of the missing balls, Teresa's mother, Gloria Ball Bustier, is interrogated. You gotta hear this. And on the Dear Irby letter, we help a woman whose man is a paragraph texter. You ever had a mate that texts long-ass paragraphs? She does. So we're gonna try to help her out. All that and more coming right up. Let's get it. This is the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal. I am Kyle.
I'm Kamal.
We are saving relationships one listener at a time. And somebody's relationship who might need saving right now is Kanye West. No, actually his relationship is fine, but him and Nick Cannon, Kanye West made a little shout out to Nick Cannon.
Yeah, not just Nick.
Not just Nick.
No.
Tyson
Beckford.
Mm-hmm.
Drizzy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. He went in.
He went in on him. How do you feel about that, dude?
Man, I don't condone it myself.
You don't condone what Kanye did?
No, I don't.
Why?
Well, you have a backstory?
Just give it to me, man.
Okay. Well, the backstory is, I guess recently, Nick, Drake, and Tyson Beckford have all made comments and interviews, I guess, on social media about Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
And Kanye is not feeling it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I remember Nick gave an interview with Vlad TV, and they asked him a question about his ex, and he talked about his time with Kim Kardashian and how that whole thing started. Mm-hmm. And I guess my man Ye, he took offense. Mm-hmm. So he airs them out on Instagram. He tells them, hey, don't speak about my wife. If they ask you a question about my wife, you know, you say, I respect that man. I have nothing to say. That's his wife. And I'm not going to say anything.
Yes.
And Nick responded like, hey, you're not going to tell me what I can and can't say.
Yeah.
And I got to ride with Nick on this one. I got to ride with Nick on this one. Here's the thing. Kim Kardashian is probably top 5 famous people in the country, maybe the world.
Yes, very famous.
Very famous.
Public figure.
Mm-hmm. And what is she known for?
Known for her skin.
Her skin.
Mm-hmm.
And she got on from a sex tape.
Yeah. That she may or may not have leaked intentionally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She's posed for Playboy.
Has she?
Yeah.
Okay.
She's posed for Playboy. She does a lot of... Yeah. She posts a lot of scantily cladded images of herself online or on social media. And, you know, the chick's beautiful. She got a banging body and she knows it.
Yes.
And she puts it out there.
Absolutely.
Okay. My problem with Kanye is when you have a wife, girlfriend, sister, even mom, whatever.
Yes.
If she puts herself out there like that.
Because I'm just going to stop you right now. Your mother, every time I see your mother, she looks like the mom from Coming to America. Regal.
Yeah.
I've never seen your mom. Matter of fact, I made a joke at it when I was roasting them, sort of, at their anniversary. Was it anniversary? What was the thing that
it was a retirement party.
Retirement party.
Yeah.
I think I did a joke about seeing her in sweats one time, or something like that. And that was the joke. You never see your mama.
No.
Ever. I've never seen her.
No.
She always looks fully royal garb from Zamunda.
Yeah, that's her get down, man.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so, back to my point, if my mom put herself out there, was posing like, you know, bikini shots and stuff like that.
Yes.
Obviously doing it for a response.
I mean, an argument can be made.
Yeah.
Sure.
I can't get mad at dudes when they respond the way my mom or my girl, my wife, whoever.
What's the guy's name from the NBA?
Dwayne Wade?
Yes, Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler.
Dwayne Wade and Jimmy Butler. Dwayne Wade's married to Gabrielle Union.
Yes.
Beautiful woman.
Ooh, that picture was cold.
Right. She posted a picture of herself in a bikini, and it was dynamite.
Mm-hmm.
And Jimmy Graham just...
Graham. Now we going to tight ends?
Jimmy Graham, my bad. Instagram. Jimmy Butler.
Yes.
He just posted, damn.
Yeah.
Dwayne Wade got upset. Don't mean saying, damn, when you talking about my wife and all that. What was he supposed to say? Nothing? She obviously did it for a response.
Yes.
She put it out there.
She did.
So I feel if you have that woman who likes to showcase her goodies, you know, you can't get mad when dudes respond. You cannot get mad if you have a wife like Kanye does, who has a past, a past. All these dudes are supposed to shut up and not say nothing because you're married to her.
Yes, I absolutely believe they're supposed to shut up because you're married to her.
Yeah, I don't.
We don't agree.
Yeah, I vehemently disagree. It's like, hey man, you know what? That's the cost of doing business. You know, that's the cost of doing business. You marry a porn star, you can't get mad because dudes is getting, having sex with her.
Depends on the dude, Kamal. Depends on the dude. Let me tell you this.
Break it down.
If I don't know you, you can say what you want to say.
You got to pass.
You're good. But you would never do that.
No.
Thank you. That's my point. You would never see a picture of my significant other, my ex-wife, anybody, and be like, "Woo, damn!" But I would never do that.
But I'm your boy.
Well, that's the point.
Here's the thing about it. I'm like your real boy, not showbiz boy and stuff like that. Not some cat I see for pictures and stuff like that, and see him once a year.
My hand is raised.
Okay, go ahead.
There's two people that better not say it.
What?
If I don't like you, or you my boy. If I don't like you, you bet not say it.
And I got you.
Nick Cannon used to be with Kim before Kanye. Not only that, Nick Cannon, if you look at his Vlad TV interview, takes a lot of credit for Kim Kardashian's success.
Yeah,
he pretty much says he suggested keeping up with Kardashians. He pretty much says that he's the guy that said that she should get in a magazine. He recommended her.
Yeah, for modeling and all that.
When a man does that, that's what men do for their girl. No man wants another man responsible for his girl eating. Wow. I don't even like to see my woman laugh at another comedian.
Right. It's like Dead Presidents when Cuddy was dropping off $100 to my dude's girl and family. They didn't like that.
Nah, dog. Dog, bro.
We will starve.
We gonna starve until I got this. That is rude.
Okay.
And so the fact that Nick Cannon spoke up on Kanye West is absolutely right. If they ask you about my wife, bro, I can see if we talking about this broad I used to smash over there on 52nd Street. But you're talking about the woman that I gave the lifetime contract with, got kids with? Oh, hell nah, bruh.
Okay, hold on. Now, prior to this marriage,
yes,
Kim was the chick who everybody used to smash.
We don't want to talk about that.
But as soon as the ring goes on,
yes, everyone
is silent now.
Everyone that's cool with me is silent. And if we not cool, see, listen, man, Kanye did bite that off. First of all, if we not cool, I say it again, I don't want to be redundant. If we cool, you wouldn't do that. Yeah. If we was teammates, Jimmy Butler and Dwayne Wade was teammates. Flag on the play. You don't say damn to my wife when we teammates, bruh.
Okay.
You say, hey, like, I saw your woman yesterday. I say, you look nice.
Yeah.
That's how you do it. You can say, there's a way to say it.
Okay.
You could say, you better hurt him, girl, something. But you don't say, damn, or ooh, you keep it respectful. That's that. Go ahead.
See, I have a different, philosophy.
Yes.
My thing is, hey, I got a bunch of, wild homeboys. I'm pretty famous.
Yeah.
Don't put that shit out there.
But that's her job, though, man. You say you like the 10s.
I do.
So when you get whatever, you're 10, I'm not saying your woman ain't no 10, but I'm just saying when you do that, you're gonna have to. There's a price. There's always a price. Come out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. This is what I'm talking about. Episodes past.
Yes.
I'm not dealing with the chick that's got the past.
Why do you want the 10 then if you don't want to deal with the past?
I mean, I'm talking about the loose past with a bunch of dudes like shaking hands and clapping hands, and she could be a dime.
Most dimes in Hollywood are going to have a past.
wouldn't necessarily.
I need to find a dime that's pristine in Hollywood because they all are in it for a reason. They're not the good girl dime, the real good girl dime that's staying covered up. They all want attention. They're all doing it for something. A Hollywood chick is literally, if she's the sexy type, she basically sells sex for money. That's what she does. Yeah. So she's definitely has a different moral code than that girl from Pasadena who ain't never been out of the city.
Yeah.
It's just a different moral code. So if she is from Hollywood, that is what she's going to do. But there's another point I got to make, Kamal. And it's what Kim Kardashian, what Kanye West has to go through at home. So Kim hears that Nick Cannon has mentioned her. And then Drake did it. And then Tyson Beckford did it. What do you think it feels like to be Kanye West at home? Why do you think he mentions it? He has to. He has to, even if he don't want to. That's his job.
It comes with the territory. That's the price of doing business.
Dog.
Jay-Z has to know cats are talking.
But here's the thing, though. Beyonce doesn't have that kind of track record.
No, I'm just talking about just off of just sheer looks.
Yeah. True.
And horny dudes and making, cats making comments. I don't hear Jay-Z, making diss tracks over dudes because somebody said something about Beyonce.
However, there's no insecurity there for Jay-Z. There is. If there is, he's not showing it.
Yeah.
He's not showing because he knows he's with the finest woman in the world.
Right.
And Beyonce and Kim Kardashian are two of the finest women in the world.
Yeah.
All right. So, but the difference is Kanye's going to have some type of complex because Kim Kardashian has more of a tainted past than Beyonce. Let's just say it.
Oh, yeah. She has a known. We don't know Beyonce's past, but we know it's not public.
She wasn't a virgin. We know that.
Yeah.
But nobody knows. Everybody knows that many dudes is with your girl, which drops her value. Right. And Nick Cannon said himself, it tested his ego. This is what hurts Kanye if I'm Kanye. Nick Cannon said, I'm good. Flaws. You're lying. Right. You got a sex tape. He dipped for the reason that people are looking at Kanye. Kanye basically, I remember when I went back to high school one time, went back to Eisenhower. And there was this girl we called Loose Goose because she was with a few of the homies in the crew. And one time we walked, and I can't believe we called her that in public.
You was winning until you said we called her that in public.
In public, dude. Loose Goose was her nickname. We called her that. And I'm embarrassed to say it now, but that's what we called her. So I remember one time we went back up to the school. You know how you go back for that residual love, year after we graduated.
Oh, yeah, okay, right after.
This is the year after, yeah. So we go up there and we like, hey, I see her. I was like, somebody, I didn't say it. I know who said it. Somebody was like, hey, Loose Goose. The homie who's with her now, who's married to her now, by the way, in 2018. But back then, he was like, hey, she ain't Loose Goose no more. That's my girl. She's Bang. He said her first name. And I was like, And we giggled about it a little bit, but I always thought, yeah, that was a man thing to do. He chose to be a man at all times in that moment.
Yeah. See, I couldn't be with Loose Goose.
Exactly.
I just couldn't do it.
Couldn't do it.
No. No, I don't care. She nursed me back to health or something like that. I couldn't do it, man.
But Kanye said, and I quote, I'm married. We in love. We a family. Don't speak on my wife.
Right.
It reminds me of the homie that was like, hey, that ain't Loose Goose no more.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey, man, it's a tough spot to be in, man, because she is famous. And she's famous for not solely, but she's famous for being with different guys. So when you interview those guys, I'm sure they're going to ask about Kim Kardashian.
That's embarrassing.
It's like she's married to, what's the guy's name? Chris Humphries.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pretty sure if he ever has an interview, they ask him about his time.
And you know what Kanye's going to want Chris to do if they boys?
What?
Be like, man, that's Kanye West's wife, man. I'm good. I'm not, Next question. And that's why Kanye did that, because I'm going to tell you right now, people are going to respect. Kanye spoke up like he had to.
Yeah.
And people are going to respect him and say, you know what, I'm not going to do that, because he put it out there. And I'm telling you, if she didn't put him up to it, she might not have put him up to it. But if he doesn't, if she needs him to stand up for her, because unfortunately, that's one of the jobs of being a man. And I say unfortunately because sometimes a woman will put you in a position by talking loud, and you got to go fight the dude. 5 heartbeats. I got to fight every night to prove my love.
Right.
So basically, man, unfortunately, man, Kanye had to do that, man. Kanye, a man's job is to protect and provide. You will hear that on this show so many times because if I can help one person to understand his role and to keep his relationship happy, then I'm happy. Protect and provide. Kanye is providing. Men were speaking ill against his wife. We all know her past. Kanye is saying, don't color it. And what you're saying is, that's the price of doing business. Hey, what's up, everybody? My first comedy album is about to drop. It's called Be a Man at All Times. It's hilarious. I recorded it at the Houston Improv. You're going to love it. Look for that coming soon on iTunes. Kanye West, on his social media, he follows Kim Kardashian. This is the only person he follows, his wife. If they break up, you'll know they're broken up because he will click unfollow.
And he will follow no one.
He will follow no one for now until he's with somebody else again. How do you feel about social media romances? Posing for the camera. Sometimes a guy has as his social media picture him and his woman. Oftentimes a woman has her and her dude as her social media profile. How do you feel about social media romance?
Well, I'm against it, obviously.
Why obviously?
Well, here's the thing, man. I'm not the most romantic guy. I don't think that's a secret.
I think we can agree.
Not the most romantic guy. I'm not the most lovey-dovey guy, and I'm assuming that's a problem from a girl.
Yeah, of course.
Because she likes to, she wants a lovey-dovey guy, and it just doesn't come natural for me. I didn't grow up in a lovey-dovey, huggy household.
But you grew up in a household where your parents are still married.
Yeah. And
your dad has always worked.
Yeah.
Is he still working?
I think he still does.
Okay.
He's like semi-retired.
But he's what you would call a man's man.
Man's man.
Yeah. Real smooth, always dressed nice.
Yeah.
Not a lot of
chivalrous too, man.
Chivalrous. Not a lot of tap dancing and laughing.
Nah, man, real chivalrous. Also, opens up the door, pulls out the chair for my mom. He never takes every opportunity. He's gonna like big up my mom if she did something, if she decorated a party, if she cooked or something like that, man. And so I don't take after him in that regard, and that's a problem.
Now I'm just gonna put it out there. Is it because you don't have a woman like your mom, or because your wife doesn't have a man like your dad?
I think my wife doesn't have a man like my dad. My dad is a solid husband.
Okay.
Right. Yeah, I don't know, man. It just doesn't come natural for me. I'm not against it.
Yeah.
I'm totally not against it. Also, I get embarrassed easily.
Okay.
I'm shy.
Right.
So I don't like doing things to get that response and give me a kiss, and I just don't. I get embarrassed.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's not really my get down.
No.
And so I know it's a problem from a girl. Mm-hmm. That's something I probably, I need to work on.
Okay.
Yeah, I need to better myself.
And so how could you imagine bettering yourself? Because we're talking about social media romance.
Yeah, I was going to go back to social media.
Okay.
So going back to social media romance,
mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of it because it seems to be those photos, those pics, all those things, those likes, that's for the public.
Yes.
I don't like doing anything for the public.
I don't like it either.
Yeah. I don't like braggy, hey, everybody, look at me and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's not my get down. So when I see a lot of that stuff on Facebook or on Instagram, it's like, show off.
Yeah.
Show off. So a lot of the social media romances, I think, are
they're for the cameras.
For the cameras.
Yeah.
And so everybody can get jealous and stuff like that. Push the likes and stuff. They'll comment.
Mm-hmm. I know this comedian named Tyree Elaine has this great joke about, it's something to the extent of, if you're going to show all the good stuff, you need to show the bad stuff too on your social media about your romance. That's how I feel. That's what I don't like about social media romance. Number one, I don't like people in my business at all. And of course, significant others don't like that. Women want to be, first of all, I don't want to even be a social media friend. I don't, because I'm your friend in real life. I don't need, and it comes off as I'm embarrassed of you. And so then I feel bad because, I'm like, I don't want that to come off like that. And I have had that issue before. Yeah. So then I'm like, well, maybe that is a piece of it. But I don't want that to be a piece of it. But then sometimes I end up trying to overcompensate. So I do stuff that I don't want to do. But like when I see people with, a couple as a social media, I have a buddy from high school that he had a social media account that was him and his wife's name. That was their Facebook. And then they got divorced like people do. And then he had to do a whole, hey man, guys, so here's what happened. It's just like, no, man, I'm not doing that.
It's none of our business.
Y'all didn't have to know. Y'all don't need to know anything about my personal life.
Right. And that's the thing about it. It's none of our business that you guys broke up, and we don't have to know the play by play. But if you're going to give us the play by play of the relationship,
yes,
when it goes sour, hey man, you can't leave us on the
Don't leave us hanging, man. I'm tuning in. What happened? What happened? I'm looking at you scrolling. I'm like,
we need to know.
Yeah. Like, wait, what happened to such and such? I remember this girl I used to be with in high school. Her and her husband broke up, and I only noticed it when it was her birthday, and I saw her name had changed. I was like, what? Wait a minute. Then I started looking through the pictures. I noticed he wasn't there. I was like, well, what happened?
Yeah.
And she didn't give me the details. She just said she regretted that they even was together in the first place. I'm like, I need to know.
God dang.
Yeah. Because you show, my thing is, if you're going to show the good, just like Tyrese said, if you're going to show the good, you need to absolutely show the bad. So, no, I don't like social media romance. And I understand that, women love it. I understand that they like, what bothers me is sometimes it seems like women want to be validated and show everybody I have a man. Color Purple, I's married now. Everybody, look, I did it, y'all. I'm with somebody. I want to prove it.
Yeah, it's also, I think, Hollywood envy.
Yeah.
The paparazzi follows, some famous couple, some celebrity couple follows Beyonce and Jay-Z around and stuff like that, always taking pictures and stuff like that. So obviously 99.9% of the world, no one's following.
Yes.
Right. And so, but you want to emulate Beyonce. You want to be Riri. You want to be Kardashian. And so you're going to do your own paparazzi.
Yes.
You're going to take your own selfies because, the photogs ain't out. When you walk out of the restaurant.
And in celebrity, they always want to know the celebrity couple.
Right.
Yeah.
And so the picture of me and my girl, the picture of what we ate last night. This is what we were tonight for this party. Hey, this is what I got her for her birthday. This is me shining. This is my suit. I think it's it's for the public, man.
Yeah,
it's for the public. So I'm not a fan of it.
I'm not a fan either.
Yeah, nothing for the public.
Hey guys, I want to take this time to ask you to subscribe to The World According to Cheryl. That is Cheryl Underwood's podcast. It's hilarious, and I'm on it.
Yo, man, what's up with the case of the missing balls?
Hey, man, this week we interviewed Gloria Ball-Bustier.
Oh.
Yeah, man.
Teresa's mama.
Now, for the listeners who are trying to keep up, basically, Teresa is Hill Henpeck's girlfriend, and her mama can't stand Hill Henpeck.
Mama's fine.
Ooh, she fine, boy. But the mama don't like Hill Henpeck, and she always hating him. It's like, man, that's a perfect person to steal Hill's balls.
Word? So how'd you deal with her?
Man, you just gotta listen to it.
Oh, word. Let's listen.
Previously on the case of the missing ball, Hill Henpeck had his most valuable possession stolen from him.
Somebody stole my balls!
Who done it? Was it Bill?
Bitch ass.
Was it Lisa?
I got a no bitch ass nigga policy.
Was it Gloria?
Hey, Mom.
I done told you about that mom shit. You ain't my son. You'll be my son-in-law. And just thinking about that makes me gag.
Kyle has interrogated Phil and Lisa, and now it's time to talk to Hill's future mother-in-law, Gloria Ball-Bustier. Did she take Hill's balls? Find out now on the Case of the Missing Balls, Volume 5.
Hey, man, I know you're busy, but I just had to come in and holler at you. I'm Larry Henpeck, Hill's father.
Sir, I know who you are. Larry Henpeck, son of Ernest Henpeck, grandson of Elijah Henpeck, great-grandson of Crispus Henpeck, the only slave to take down the master's wife.
She negotiated his freedom and got him voting privileges. Yeah, I come from a long line of players.
But you, class of 69, 84 confirmed side pieces, 126 consecutive days of one-night stands, and still the California state record holder for the most proms attended, 12.
Actually 13. The Crawford twins went to 2 different schools.
How you been? Can I get you some ladies?
Nah, I'm good. I'm driving.
That's smart. You're my idol. I try to do everything like you, but in the end I had to slow down. I couldn't be out every night.
Man, you need to give me your MRA card. A real player never slows down. I used to be in them streets so much I had my mail forwarded to the disco.
Boss player.
Yeah, hey, listen. I just wanted to say I like what you're doing with MRA. Keep up the good work, young man.
Thanks, sir. That means a lot to me. And I'm going to find your son's balls, Mr. Henpeck. I promise you. That's on the code.
I know you will. Take care, young blood.
Mr. Henpeck, you got to tell me.
Yeah?
How did you get Bobby Womack's girl?
A player never reveals his game.
You wanted to see me?
Gloria Ball Bustier.
That's Ball Buster to you.
You two know each other?
No.
Okay.
Should I come back?
No, you two talk. Let me get up out of here.
Have a seat, Mrs. Ballbuster.
That's Ball Bustier.
Oh, my apologies. Mrs. Ballbustier was elegant. She had style, grace, and some big-ass titties.
Can we get started, Mr. Irby? Or are you just gonna stare at my breast?
No, we can get started. Wait, just let me get one last look. Okay, let's go.
Is this gonna take long?
Why? You have somewhere to be?
Well, I don't want to be here, being treated like a criminal.
Taking balls is a serious crime.
I didn't do it. I don't need another set of balls. I already have my husband's.
She wasn't lying. Collecting balls was something she did for fun 30 years ago. She wasn't into that sort of thing now. If you didn't do it, then who? Your daughter, perhaps?
Oh, please, Teresa wouldn't take no man's balls because she don't need a man, and certainly not one who was not on her level, like Hilliard.
You don't think they were equals?
Equals? Not even close. Now I understand in every duo somebody's got to stand out. Cher more than Sonny, Simon more than Garfunkel, Tina more than Ike.
So Hill is Ike?
No, he's not Ike. Hill isn't even on the stage. He's Tina's personal assistant, important to her, but easily replaceable.
She was sharp. It was time for me to get serious. Besides, she covered up her cleavage. I wouldn't go that far. You and I both know that Hill was more than a personal assistant. He's a man in that relationship.
Teresa has all the value. She's beautiful, successful, educated, and
almost 30 and unmarried. That shut her up. You might think your daughter is the second coming of vanity, but society says otherwise. If she's not married by a certain age in this culture, the pressure's going to start getting to her.
My daughter deserves to have a storybook wedding, and her so-called fiancé can't even afford the rice.
If he can only get off his ass and get a real job.
It wouldn't hurt.
You can lead a horse to water.
But you can't make him drink.
Unless you had him by the ball.
This meeting is over.
As Miss Ball Bustier got up and walked outside that door, I realized two things. One, she didn't like being rattled. And two, her ass was more amazing than them titties. On the next episode of The Case of the Missing Balls, Kyle finally interrogates the prime suspect, the girlfriend of Hill Henpeck, Teresa.
I can't believe this is happening to me. This is my party. And I'm in here being interrogated like some common criminal.
Well, happy birthday.
Oh, it's not my birthday. It's Hill's.
I'm not going to say who did it, but I'll give you a hint. At the end of this episode, Kyle knows who.
He's broke, unemployed, and becoming a bigger joke every day.
Is she the one who took Hill Henpeck's balls? Tune in next week for The Case of the Missing Balls, Volume 6, on the MRA Podcast with Kyle and Kamal. Hey, what's up? This is Kyle Irby. The MRA hats are here. People keep asking me, hey man, where can I get one of those hats? Man, I like that hat. They see me wearing it around town or at shows. I'm actually wearing one in the cover art for the podcast. Well, now you can finally get one for yourself, your son, your dad, your brother, your mom, your daughter, your homie, your ex-boyfriend, your grandma, whomever has that MRA flavor. Get them one. Get 2. One for yourself, one for them. It makes a perfect Christmas gift, a holiday gift, a birthday gift. Just go to www.theMRApodcast.com, click shop, and buy a few. Dear Irby, my man is a texter. He texts all the time, long as paragraph after long as paragraph. When he's in front of me, he ain't got shit to say. That is so frustrating. First of all, I don't have time to read his soliloquies. Second of all, why don't you have anything to say when I'm right in front of you? Hello. He's Charles Dickens when he's behind his phone, but when he's in front of me, all of a sudden, he's that silent white guy from Penn and Teller. Which one is the silent one, Penn or Teller?
Teller.
Okay, he's Teller. What should I do? I need him to be a man and talk to me. Be as expressive as he is on text as he is when he's in front of me. Come on, man. Be a man. Signed, Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys. Kamal Abdul-Jabbar. How do you feel about that?
Woo. Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys.
Mm-hmm.
Woo. Okay, Bloody Eyes. I'm going to have to say, you come off as a bit aggressive.
Okay.
She's coming off a bit of aggressive. She's telling him to be a man, and maybe, listen, man, I don't know if he's intimidated by her.
Mm-hmm.
Some men can be intimidated by an aggressive woman.
Yes.
And the best way he feels he can express himself is through text.
Mm-hmm.
But she says she ain't got time to read them long ass soliloquies.
Yeah.
So she wants him to be something that he's not. She wants him to do what she feels comfortable doing. Obviously, she likes talking.
Yeah.
And she wants communication. That comes natural to her.
Yeah.
Right?
She's a woman.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
And so she wants him to do something that comes natural to her.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Doesn't come natural to him, obviously.
No.
So, I question people like that. Does Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys, do you do things that make you uncomfortable that he's comfortable doing? Or is it pretty much everything about, your comfort level? So I question that. And second of all, how did he pull you? Was he loquacious?
That's a good question. How did he pull you?
Yeah, how did that work out? He obviously had to express himself. I know he didn't send her a note that says, "Do you like me?" Check yes, check no.
I don't think he did that.
No. So I don't know. And so if he was talkative in the past and now he's not, what changed? I'm going to have to say, Bloody Eyes and Van Nuys, you got to look yourself in the mirror.
Whoa.
Yeah, maybe you've taken all the vocal expression out of him. I do not know. I don't have. I hate saying this is like a crutch. I don't have all the information. But if he was talkative when you guys first linked up, talking on the phone, going on dates and stuff like that, and now he can't express himself, there's a bunch of different reasons.
Like what? If there's a bunch, give me one.
Well, some people, man, just can't express themselves. They can't articulate their feelings. And
Is that you?
I'm a better writer than I'm a better writer than I am a talker.
Okay.
So yeah, some people are better if they sit back and they could think about it. Now I'm pretty sure he can write that, memorize it, and spit it out.
Yeah.
But you might get interrupted. You might ask him a question and throw him off his game plan. And now he's stuck. Some people, man, listen, Bloody Eyes, this guy, unless he was always, a texter. If he was always a texter, this is who you have.
Yeah. Hey.
This is who you have. And don't diss him. I ain't got time to read his long-ass soliloquies and whatnot. It's funny. I like the jokes in this thing, but you're still dissing the dude for doing, because he's not what you want him to be. It's not cool, man. It's not cool. Let's say, he wanted you to be like, I don't know. I have no idea, but something that you weren't comfortable doing.
Or something that you do that always drives him nuts.
Right.
Yeah. Something that you continue to do.
Yeah, and he started putting you on blast about it. and you're like, hey, I'm doing my best.
Yeah.
Or you might not say that, but you might feel that.
Yeah.
You come off as insensitive. You come off as insensitive, bloody eyes from Van Nuys, and I don't believe you intend to be insensitive. So just think about it, man. Think about it. This is your guy. He's a texter. Ask him why. Ask him. Is this the best way you feel comfortable expressing yourself?
That's good.
Ask him, is it because of me you don't think I'll respond appropriately? Maybe he doesn't like the way you respond. Maybe when you're talking to him, he doesn't like the way you look at him.
Have you ever been with a mean woman?
Oh, yeah.
Did she affect your way to talk?
Yeah. Yeah. Most definitely. Most definitely. I mean, you have different, you have different types of women. Mean women, unfair women.
Yeah. I'm only laughing because I'm picturing who you used to be with, and she was a strident woman.
Yeah.
Strong.
Yeah. So I mean, bloody eyes from Van Nuys. Just think of this guy, man. Think of who he is when you met him.
Yeah.
Is he the same person?
That's a good point.
Yeah. If he's the same person.
Hey, if you're enjoying the podcast, do us a favor. Tell a friend. That's it. Costs you nothing, helps us out, and gives your friend some entertainment to make that commute a little easier, or gives them some company on a workout, or while they're cleaning the house, so it helps them out, helps everyone out. All right, so please subscribe, leave a positive comment, and share. See, this is hard because sometimes somebody does something that just gets on your damn nerves. And you might have caused it, you might not have caused it, but at the end of the day, I can't stand that you always do blank. And Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys is sick of these long text messages. Have you ever been with a paragraph sender, Kamal?
Only when we beefing.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
Oh, beef, I get the paragraphs.
Paragraph after paragraph.
Yeah.
I used to be with a paragraph, New Testament writing, long dictionary. I used to be with a talker that would drive me nuts to the point where I used to push mute on her conversations, and I would come back, I'm not even lying, 12 minutes later, and she did not notice. She did not stop.
Wow.
She used to drive me nuts with that. And if you asked her, she just had a lot to say.
Yeah. I
don't know if Bloody Eyes would prefer that verbally in front of her. It's tough when somebody has a lot to say.
Yeah.
I will acknowledge, though, when you're with somebody and when you're arguing via text, the good thing about arguing via text is there's a record. There's a record where Kamal says, what kind of dresser would you like when you move in? Call back from the first episode. There's a record. That's the beauty of communicating via text. But I get it. If Bloody Eyes is tired of these long paragraphs, let me just go back to what she said. My man is a texter. He texts me all the time. Longest paragraph, the longest paragraph. But when he's in front of me, he ain't got shit to say. I like what you said, Kamal. I'm wondering if I agree. Sometimes in a couple, we assume that the man is masculine and that the woman is feminine. But there's this book that I was reading. I didn't get through it, but I think it was called Why We Mate or Who We're, whatever. I think it's called Why We Mate. And basically, it talks about some men have a feminine energy, and it's not a gay thing. Some women have a masculine energy.
Yeah.
And it's not a lesbian thing. The book is called Why Him, Why Her. And it literally talks about, why we pick the person that we pick. Why him, why her. It's either that one or now I'm tripping. It's by Helen Fisher. Or is it why? Anyway, Helen Fisher wrote that, and she also wrote one. She wrote them both. So Helen Fisher talks about this, and it's very, very interesting. Look up Helen Fisher. Very, very interesting because she talks about masculine and feminine energy. And one of the things about feminine energy is being a talker. This woman sounds like a bulldog. The fact that she's funny, the fact that she's biting, she sounds like she has that masculine energy, not lesbian energy.
Yeah, I got you.
Masculine energy. And so if she has masculine energy, let's just think, what do you think she would attract? Probably feminine energy.
Right.
Right. So if she has masculine energy, she probably attracts feminine energy, which means she's often gonna look at her man and say, "You're acting like a bitch right now," which, by the way, is one of the worst things you can say to a man.
One of
is it top?
I think it's
It's probably the worst thing you can say to a man.
Challenging a dude's manhood is probably
the worst.
Yeah.
That's the thing that it's so.
What can we do at that moment?
Fight.
But we can't.
Yep.
What can we do at that moment? We can't
the
go down there and chop out a tree.
Yep. The first thing you want to do is fight. And you can't fight.
Really, I start thinking about like, okay, she got a brother I can go beat up. You know what I'm saying? Like what would it take right now for you to be like, oh, I was wrong?
Yep.
Like, is it anything
the
I
first
can
thought
do?
is firing on your chin. That's the first thought.
Is there anything I can do right
Let me show
now?
You I'm a man.
Yeah.
Right now.
Did you got an old tough boyfriend?
Yeah, man.
Is like, what do I need to do to show you that you're wrong?
That I ain't no bitch.
Yeah. And there is nothing.
Nothing. Because
just
even though I'm talking about the thought is splitting her chin, we can never split her chin. It's a thought. It can't be an action. But the first thing you think when a woman challenges your masculinity is, I'm going to show you how much of a man I am physically. But that's off the table. So now you're sitting there thinking, who can I beat up? Who can I legally knock the fuck out?
Yeah. Yeah.
To show you that I'm a man. Let's help her out.
Okay.
She says, what should I do? I need him to be a man and talk to me.
I kind of take offense to her expectations of a man.
Why?
Well, she's saying, talk to me, be a man.
Mm-hmm.
Again, we just spoke about our grandfathers who didn't do a lot of talking.
Mm-hmm.
And they were men. They were manly men. They were guys. You know, and so Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys. This is what you want. This is what you expect a man to be. To be this guy who can sit there and express himself and talk.
I'm so glad you caught that.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you caught that. Because that's something that I really, that gets in my craw. Is that a phrase? Gets in my craw?
I don't know.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
It bothers me.
Yeah.
Women say, be a man. And then they say, do this thing. Well, that thing may not be what men do. I mean, being a man is subjective.
Yeah, it's putting us. It puts men in a box.
It does, and I believe, and I prefer if I heard from men about what it means to be a man. Yeah. When a woman tells me to be a man, it's usually because it's something she wants me to do. Be a man and marry me. Be a man and be with one woman. I'm like, is that really what man? It depends on the man. You know, be a man and propose to me. Be a man and make me your Facebook profile. Like,
well, I mean, we do the same thing when you say a man provides and protects.
That's my definition.
Exactly. So everybody has their own version of what a man.
True. It's the difference is mine is right. No. You know what? Let me just say that I could be wrong, man. That's just my version of what I expect a man to be from years of, looking at the men I respect.
But see, this is the thing about it. This is the type of man you are.
Yeah.
And
well, it's the kind of man I strive to be.
Right. So this is the type of man you are. And honestly, man, everybody is not going to measure up to what you think a man is. But they might get you in other categories that you don't think are important.
Correct. And so it's being a man is subjective.
Right.
Let's just put that out there. I think we agree that being a man is subjective. So nobody can really say what a real man is. I want to talk about her saying, be a man and talk to me in person. Now, there is some merit to when you say, hey, man, do it like a man, be tough. But some men are soft-spoken.
Right.
Some men don't speak at all.
Right.
Some men handle the business another way. So it says, what should I do? I need him to be a man and talk to me. Well, first of all, what should you do? Let's not say be a man and talk to me. Let's start there. Don't say be a man and talk to me. Can you say I need him to talk to me?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you say be a man and talk to me, that means if you're not talking to me, you're being a bitch. And she might be listening like he is being a bitch. But that's your problem.
See, I would go a step further and say ask him why he chooses to communicate via text.
That's the first thing we need to know.
Yeah.
Why do you do this?
Why?
He's going to have a reason.
He should, yeah.
And now it's up to you to either accept him for who he is or move on.
Right.
But for you to try to put him in a box to try to make him please you, that's something that I got to tell you is a flag on the play.
Right.
Anytime you tell somebody it is up to you to make me happy, here's the list of the things that you can do to make me happy. Now you're taking away their freedom. Now you're being either manipulative, punitive, a bully.
Mm-hmm.
You got to, here's what I would tell you to do. You got to ask yourself, what kind of man is this man? Because if let's just say it is bitch assness that he's displaying. That means your dude's a bitch ass dude. So now what? Why do you hang with a bitch ass dude?
Is this what you like?
What's up with you that you rolling with a bitch ass dude?
Right.
And here's the other thing I have to use to myself. All right, guys, now it's time for the lesson of the day. You gotta try to look at what he's doing for you and not point out the things that drive you nuts. Because in my relationships, I tend to focus on the one thing that makes me mad.
I think that's human nature.
Let me give you an example. Daughter's party this weekend, right?
Yeah.
Her mom set that thing off. Planned the whole thing. Executed it. But made a mistake with the pizzas and I was hot. Hot.
It's a hell of a party.
Thank you.
We went home hungry.
Because the pizzas was messed up.
It's a hell of a party.
There was supposed to be 6 pizzas, right?
Yeah.
4 cheese, 2 pepperoni. She made a mistake and put 4 pepperoni and 2 cheese.
The cheese went fast.
Pew!
Like iPhones on sale at Walmart or something.
Dog, the pepperoni is still sitting in the refrigerator. This is a perfect example. I had to stop and think about all the hard work that was put in. I had to really use the marriage counseling that I had back when I got married and think about the positive because I was hot. Why? Because as we all know on this podcast, I'm an eater. So when the problem was discovered, I said, call them and they will fix it. But she wasn't sure. She wasn't sure if she made a mistake with them. And I'm hungry. And I'm not eating if my guests can't eat. So I'm hungry. I want it fixed. It wasn't fixed. That's the kind of stuff I ruin a day over. Flipping tables, I never flip a table. In my mind.
You flipping tables?
I just want y'all to know I'm very violent in my mind.
In your mind.
When my daughter gets on my nerves, I will punch at her face, an inch from her face. She starts laughing. She doesn't realize I'm whooping her ass. I even grab her. I even tell her, I'm grabbing you by the hair and I'm spinning you around. And she's laughing. And I'm like, I just threw you against the wall. And she's busting up laughing. I'm laughing eventually, but I really visualize going in a circle with her by her hair and shot putting her to the wall. And I can see her just spinning. That happens in my mind.
In my mind, I'm always in a car on the highway leaving town. Every single... I am skipping town. Bags packed. Yeah. Like the old, Gatsby with the goggles on, and the scarf flowing in with the driving gloves.
What are those two girls? That movie with those two girls that drove over the cliff. I never saw it.
Thelma and Louise.
Thelma and Louise. I'm picturing with them. Did they really drive over a cliff?
I've never seen it.
I never seen it either, but I feel like I saw it in Living Color or something.
Didn't have enough guns in the movie for me.
I never saw it, but the point is, I just know that they were leaving town.
Yeah,
I know they were in a convertible.
Yep,
and that's you.
Yeah,
in
man.
a 6'4" Impala convertible.
Yeah, that is.
I'm out.
I'm out. That's what I visualize.
Okay, all right. Back to Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys. Here's the thing. The reason why I brought up the party is I had to not focus on the negative. I had to remember how awesome the party planning and execution was. And I had to praise that. I did not come down hard on her about the foul. I mean, now that I'm sober about it, I can't believe, I don't mean drunk. I wasn't drunk. I mean sober as far as not upset. I can't believe that I would have really done that. And I would have done that. And I've been accused of doing that. And so that's part of the communication thing of, you know, when you get into a fight and they tell you all the things that ain't shit about you. I've been told that. And so I'm like, man, I could be a tyrant. But like, why would you focus on that one thing? But I was hot.
Yeah.
I was hot, man. I was furious about it. And that's my point. Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys. Remember what he does right. I'm sorry. Remember what he does right. What should I do? You should remember what he does right.
Right.
Also remember why he's on the squad. He might not do much right. He might be on the squad just because he's there. Because he shows up to practice. Being honest. If he's on the squad just because he shows up to practice, then applaud that he shows up to practice.
Right.
You know, everybody who's into athletics, ever played athletics knows. And my dad used to tell the story about the time when, you know, he made a basketball team. I think he was in the 6th grade because he played defense better than everybody else. And he remembers being around all these other ballers and they were all better than him. And the coach said, only one guy I know is starting next week. And pointed at my dad, and my dad was shocked. And he said, because he plays defense. My dad wasn't the best player out there. Mm-hmm. He was playing defense. So even if this dude is on squad just because he plays good D, then remember that.
Or has good D.
Has good D. There might be somebody on squad that's on squad just because they come to practice.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you don't even care for them, but they come to practice. And eventually you're like, well, come on. Well, shit. All these other prima donnas ain't even here.
Dependable.
You're dependable.
Yeah.
The best ability is dependability. And I promise you, this dude is dependable. I just promise. I don't know if this nigga's dependable.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. She's complaining about one thing.
Yes.
Right? She could have aired him out. She could have said, and he does X, Y, and Z as well.
Yeah.
But she's mentioning one thing. And I'll say this, Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys. Look on the bright side. Look on the positive side. So you don't like these long ass soliloquies. You want him to just speak to you face to face, express himself verbally.
Yeah.
But on the bright side, I would say, hey, you got a man that puts thought into how, you know, what he wants to say, what he wants to express to you. He puts thought into it.
Sure.
You know, he doesn't want to say the wrong thing. He doesn't want to fly off the handle. He wants you to hear or read exactly what he's thinking.
Yes.
He doesn't want to forget anything. Mm-hmm. You know, he doesn't want to go off on a tangent. You know, he's going to talk about exactly what he wants to talk about and what he's got to get across. You might not like it because it's so long, but maybe he's probably doing you a favor, because maybe if he just, you know, expressed himself verbally, you might not like it. You might not like him.
Let's say this in conclusion.
Yep.
Bloody Eyes from Van Nuys. In conclusion, the work is on you. You got to let them know that those long emails or texts get on your nerves. You probably have told them before. You got to tell them, you know, it is frustrating when you send these long texts and you don't want to talk in person. I would rather I'm guessing you would rather him talk in person, but even if y'all didn't talk in person, stop with the long texts. Stop it. You're going to have to just tell them. I know y'all know you ain't scared. You sound like the type that will tell somebody like it is. Tell them, listen, stop with the long text. Mm-hmm. Just stop. Boil it down to one point. I'm not reading it. Just tell them that. And then all the work is on you, by the way. It's your work to tell him what makes you frustrated. It's his choice if he wants to do it or not. You can't control him. You can't make him. You just tell him what makes you frustrated. And it's your work to make a list of the things that he does right. And you need to remember why he's on squad. Even if he's just on squad because he comes to practice, be happy he comes to practice. I'm excited to say that people are enjoying the show. They tell us that, and it feels really good because, hey, Kamal and I work really hard on it. And the number one question people keep asking me is, how can I help? how can I join the movement? Well, you can share this episode with someone who you think might like it. That's number one. Subscribe to us on iTunes, Stitcher, Google Podcasts, YouTube, the MRApodcast.com, or wherever you enjoy us. Leave a positive comment because that helps our placement. 5 stars feels amazing. That helps too. And if you still want to do more to help the show grow, donate to the cause at our Patreon account. Just go to www.patreon.com/the MRA Podcast. That's spelled PATREON.com. And make a donation of $20, $1, $100, whatever you want to give. Every little bit helps, or not. No pressure. This ain't no telethon. I'm saying we're going to do this show whether you donate or not, so please don't trip. Don't feel no pressure. But if you're led to donate, hey, go to our Patreon. All right? Okay, back to the show. Before we go, we want to say congratulations to Tiger Woods for snapping his losing streak. We got love for Tiger here at the MRA Podcast. This whole male rights activist movement was started when people turned on Tiger back in the day. So shouts out to him, man. I know it feels good to get that monkey off your back. Also, we did not mention Bill Cosby, but we might get into that in a few weeks, in the upcoming weeks. He's going to the big house for a while. Our prayers go out to the victims as well as Camille and the Cosby family. This is a tough situation that is only going to get worse before it gets better, but it will get better. Homie, where can we find you?
On Twitter, at Angry Kamal, Kamal.
I'm on Facebook and Twitter, Instagram, all that, at Kyle Irby, the Male Rights Activist Podcast. We have our own Twitter, Facebook, all those pages. All social media, we are at The MRA Podcast. We also have a website, www.themrapodcast.com. That's where you can find all things MRA Podcast. All the episodes are there. You can contact us there. And we have hats there to sell as well. My piano game's getting better, Kamal. I did think it was hilarious. I did get a comment that I was talking all this gangster last week and then went into some real
Farron Jacques or whatever.
Some real weak ass music. And the reason why is because I'm going through the book, this piano book. So they're giving me all these jolly music. So if I knew how to play Dr. Dre on the piano, I would, talking all this shit. Yeah, okay. Now I'm going to play the piano. Ladies, I love you. Fellas, be a man at all times.
Deuces.
MRA.